The Yoruba Assembly, a coalition of over 22 socio-political and cultural groups across Yoruba land, including representatives from Kogi and the Shekiri Nation, has called for urgent action to address rising insecurity, political instability, and threat to regional autonomy. The call came during a press conference in Lagos themed Democracy and the Future of the People. Chairman of the Assembly and former House of Representatives member Honorable Wale Oshun praised recent federal economic reforms such as the removal of fuel subsidies and unification of the foreign exchange system. He said the policies have dismantled long-standing monopolies and boosted state revenues. Oshun urged Yoruba governors to invest these resources in agriculture, local infrastructure, and youth empowerment. He also advocated constitutional amendments to enable state policing and called on traditional rulers to maintain unity and dignity, warning against internal rivalries that weaken regional leadership.
We as a people, as ordinary citizens, as Yoruba people, we must demand of those who govern us, particularly our chairmen at local government levels, our governors at the state levels, to help us translate some of these economic policies of the federal government, to help us turn it to our advantage at the lower level. This is the essence of all the grammar I've been talking since. It is not to condemn anybody, but to say that the potential to grow our economy, the potential to create more production in agric, the potential to create more employment is large, but we all have a role to play. We all have a role to encourage our governors, our local government chairmen to play, and we also have our own roles to play.
Comrade Razak Olukoba, while delivering his address, warned of a growing encirclement of the Yoruba race despite the presidency of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He claimed the administration faces coordinated opposition and that internal disunity, particularly among traditional institutions like the Oni and Alaafin, leaves the region vulnerable. Olukoba criticized the effectiveness of the Amotekun course, alleging political interference in recruitment, and warned of large-scale arms stockpiling by non-indigenous groups in Lagos. He called on state governors to empower capable youths to defend their communities within the law.
Sleeping cell. There are so many sleeping cells of terrorists in Lagos State. If you like, you should listen. The government has a responsibility and they have their blame. We the people have our responsibility and we have our blame. What is the blame of the people? Everybody that came from suburbs in Oyo, Akure, Gbogbo yen, Sawaseko, all of you are living in Lagos. You are going to lose your land. Stage we are now is let's begin to organize. It's not a joke. There's a particular ethnic group. What the armory they have in Lagos is like equal to what the military have. Some ethnic group in Lagos. When they want to start Amotekun employment, turn into political employment. Give PRO or party 3 slots. Give and say partial insecurity. No organization was consulted. In the world of Yoruba land, and today, these boys are trying their best. But there should be collaboration between the people, organization, and the government if you want to secure your land. At the point because so Ọ̀ọ̀ni àti Aláàfin ẹ parí ìjà wọn by force ní àdàlábà àwa Yorùbá àdàlábà ẹ parí ìjà yín ẹ pe àwọn ọba lọ́ba tó kù ẹ foríkorí tí political consciousness bá ń lọ Fúlàní ò ní wà ìlú yìí o but disintegration tó wà láàrin àti Ọ̀ọ̀ni àti òun ló fà á táwọn governors náà tó ṣe ń ríra wọn fín òun ló fà á tó ṣe pé ní ìlú kọ̀ọ̀kan kíní kan Ọ̀yọ́ gómìnà kíní kan ṣèpàdé ní Èkó ṣèpàdé lé mọ́.
While other key speakers echoed similar concerns, Comrade Adewale Adeyeye described the situation in Yoruba, Kogi and Shekiri territories as a siege, citing rising incidents of killings and kidnappings.
I speak with regret
that 4 traditional rulers have been killed in Yoruba land. Apart from our leader here, I cannot recall any traditional ruler making a statement to even condemn that killing. Not to talk about visiting those areas to show solidarity. When 14 people were killed in Edo State who are from northern extraction, you could see how their leaders took it up. The governors, the senators, about 15 people were killed in Okeode. We have their pictures here. They were all of them our people. No single visit from traditional rulers, no single condemnation from any governor of the southwest, no visit from any member of the National Assembly except from our leader here. We cannot continue to watch this happen. The people must seize their destiny in their own hands. Just this morning, I heard that the DSS telling us that ISIS support of terrorist group in the Maghreb, support of terrorist group in Somalia and in Nigeria are planning to attack Ondo, are planning to attack Kogi, and are planning to attack Ekiti State. We have seen that the government is having the power because of internal saboteurs. So it means that we also need to rise up to defend our own interests. And I can tell you, they are also moving towards the Niger Delta. They are operating on the river Niger, which comes from Guinea and passes through 8 countries down to Niger State and then to Benin. So from there, they can pass through Niger Delta and target the oil companies in that area. So we have a very big challenge in our hands. So we cannot leave everything to the government. Just like the director of DSS said, that communities need to organize themselves and form the first line of resistance.
Representative of the Sekiri people decried political marginalization of his group. Chief Mutilewa from Kogi State highlighted growing fears of abductions and called for a unified security strategy across Yoruba-speaking areas.
On behalf of the Iwere Nation, I want to state here that, again, we want to feel fulfilled today that we are here. And we want to believe that from today onward, that assertion that will have been neglected, we want to believe it has been corrected. And I assure you that that we have been doing before now, we will still continue to do. So that at the end, where we ought to be, we must, it's a must, we must be there. Again, we support every action that we are going to take. Going forward, we will support all of them.
Rounding off the session, Mr. Adeniyi Ashaju urged citizens to prioritize support for indigenous businesses and resist economic dominance by what he described as external intruders.
When they feel that they have no money coming from you, you've made a statement. You have made a clear statement. Mo take time, mo sọ from my heart ni. Mo sọ from my heart ni. Ẹ jẹ́ ká support àwọn brothers wa ní Kogi, ní Kwara, because border wa nìyẹn. Ìlú mi sí Òmùwò is 20-something kilometers. Ìlú mọ́dà mi Ìyàmóye àti Òmùwò láì kan lásán ló yà wọ́n. Tọ́n bá ti wọ̀ wá, wọ́n ti wọ̀ wá ńbẹ̀ yẹn, wọ́n ti wọ̀ yín. Ẹ má jẹ́ ká separate ara wa. Àǹsàrà òkè àǹsàrà àṣàlẹ̀ ìkànnì wa, ẹ má jẹ́ ká separate ara wa. Òyìnbó ló separate wa fún àwọn Fúlàní kí population wọn lè wà enlarged because they were foreseeing that they needed that to control Nigeria. Mi ìṣàrà òkè mi ìṣàrà Hausa o. Yorùbá paraku ni mí, kò sí yàtọ̀ láàrin èmi àti ẹ̀, bàbá kan ìyá kan ló bí wa. Tẹ́ ẹ bá dáadáa wà, ó ń bọ̀. Wọ́n ti wọlé ní Ṣàgámù, wọ́n ti wọlé ní ọ̀nà Badagry, wọ́n ti wọ everything, wọ́n ń bọ̀ o.
The assembly concluded by demanding a full restructuring of the 1999 constitution to enable regional autonomy, while reaffirming its commitments to the vision of Yoruba icons like Chief Obafemi Awolowo. Mariam Laudable TV.